Joining us now, attorney and former GOP staffer on the Senate Judiciary Committee, Greg Nunziata. Greg, good morning. It's great to see you. You've seen and worked on so many of these hearings over the years. And, you know, I was struck by how completely coordinated both sides were, frankly, in the way that they approached things yesterday. I'm curious if you think that we're going to continue down what feels like a very predictable path here, or if we might see something interesting, some fireworks today. What are the risks for Amy Coney Barrett? No matter how preordained the outcome seems here, these are incredibly high stakes, high profile events, really the event of her career so far.
Yeah, well, you're right, Casey. The first day of the hearing was unusually disciplined. The first day is always the most scripted, and both parties stuck to their script more devotedly than usual. Sometimes they seemed like different scripts for different movies. They were trying to do very different things. Today's the first day that the judge gets to answer questions. And you're right that it looks like she's on her way to swift confirmation, but hearings are unscripted from here on out, and she will need to demonstrate poise, mastery of the law, and ability to put some of her writings in context. Democrats will want to seize on a sentence here or a sentence there that seem to suggest something frightening about her, or that she'll rule a certain way. And she'll have to very carefully explain things in a manner that average voters can understand. And I think she's well prepared to do that. I mean, she's been a law professor. She's taught these things to students for years. So I expect her to perform well, but certainly today and tomorrow are the days of the most peril in the hearings.
It seems like Democrats have essentially made the calculation, Greg, and I think this is probably true of Republicans as well, that they don't want to mess anything up. And for Republicans, that's obviously getting this nominee onto the court before the election, and any potential political changes, shall we say, could upset the possibility she could be seated. But for Democrats, it also seems, let's not mess this up for Joe Biden, our Democratic nominee, when he seems to be so far ahead of in the polls. Let's keep this focused on health care. Is that the sense you get as well, that they are trying to focus on the November election messaging? And do you think it's working?
Yeah, it's fascinating. I mean, we saw, if you remember in the Kavanaugh hearings, on the first day, Democrats tried to disrupt it. They tried procedural moves to delay the consideration of the hearing. And there was talk about that for this process over the last several weeks. And we saw none of that yesterday. And it really appears, from the way they're conducting themselves and from the way they've spoken to reporters, that Democrats have decided that they can't stop this confirmation, and that they're not going to try, and that they don't want to look obstructive, and they don't want to take the conversation away from themes they think are helping Joe Biden, particularly healthcare. So you see them here with these placards up of faces of patients. I mean, it's a very kind of political performance. It's almost like an Affordable Care Act rally rather than a confirmation hearing on the Democratic side of the aisle. And it's probably smart politics, but I think it's going to fall fairly thin over the next couple of days when Judge Barrett is asked to answer questions about the Affordable Care Act. Despite what some Democrats have said, their hand is not as strong as it sounds here. I think most legal scholars doubt that she would vote to strike down the Affordable Care Act in the case that's coming before her if she's confirmed this year.
All right, I guess we will likely find out the answer to that question because, as we've been talking about, she is likely to land on the bench. Greg Nunziata, thank you so much for getting up early with us, my friend. I really appreciate your time.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.